Hi everyone, my name is Emmanuel Garcia, and this is my Applied Assignment Final presentation for SPE 223. I'm excited to share what I've learned about inclusive practices for family of children with disabilities. Here's what we'll cover today: why I chose this topic, what I did for the assignment, the research I gathered from both the course and my expert interview, and finally, some key takeaways and questions for us to keep thinking. As a father of three children with disabilities, this topic is deeply personal. I've been on both sides, as a parent, advocating in schools, and now as a professional in training. I wanted to explore how schools and communities can better support families like mine. This project connects to a lot of what we've learned in class: family systems, inclusions, disability justice, and how community partnerships can uplift or block access. For this project, I interviewed Liana Johnson, Community Engagement Manager at Higher Expectations. She's a mom, an advocate, and a pro at helping parents use their voices to drive change in schools and communities. I've researched community-based family inclusion strategies and connected that with what I know from my own experiences. The interview with Liana really helped me reflect on how systems could be more flexible and supportive. Three big barriers kept coming up, like systems not built for flexibility, social barriers like negative assumptions about families, and policy barriers like families not being part of decision making. Liana said something powerful. Families need to be part of the solution, not just informed after that fact. That really stuck with me. She also stressed that if we truly value families, we need to pay them for their time and expertise. Inclusion means respect, not just attendance. Loss in 2017 showed how structured community service learning changes attitude towards disability. The CDC breaks down social barriers, things like assumptions and stereotypes that get in the way of real inclusion. These are harder to see, just as harmful. Wolf and Hums gave us the phrase, nothing about us without us. It's a reminder that people with disabilities and their families need to be leading the conversations, not just reacting to them. Inclusion has to start early, and it has to be done with, not for families. We need to create more space for them to lead, not just to be recipients of decisions. Here are some strategies: universal design in meeting formats and spaces, paying parents for engagement, and offering info in more than one way: text, video, community events, etc. One question I keep coming back to is, how can schools make sure family input is actually included in IEP or transition planning, not just noted and ignored? This project helped me understand how deeply policy and practice are connected. It also sharpened my skills as both a parent and a future BCBA. I know how to advocate better now. I want to know, how can staff be trained to better communicate with all families? And what supports do fathers like me need that they aren't getting yet? My next steps include continuing to learn from other families and making sure I carry these lessons into my clinical and school based work. I now see myself as a bridge, someone who can speak both languages, the language of schools and the language of lived experience. That's the role I want to grow into. Here are two questions for you all. How does your community include or exclude family voices? And what support would help you better understand and include families in your work? Thank you for watching. Let's keep the conversation about family inclusion going.